again. Welcome back to Game Point Sports. I'm in Goodnight.
This is your boy C-Ball.
Hey man, how you doing today?
Man, listen. I feel like we might be the only undefeated team in the league after tonight, so I'm feeling real good, man.
It's a fly, eagle, fly celebration, huh?
We work hard, man. We working hard. You know, I got to appreciate the hard work coming together for us to this time frame.
All right, so shouts out, man, on that. Shouts out, man. I see you just went and celebrated your anniversary. Shouts out on shout out on that. I believe it was 7 years strong, right?
Yeah, lucky 7, man, out in Vegas.
Okay, good. That's sweet. That's sweet. Hey, let me start it off real quick. Welcome to Game Point Sports, man. Here at the AHRR Network, we'd like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. And check it out now. We got a new hotline. Hit us on the hotline, 720-698-6440, so we can talk and get with you. You know, you can't hide behind them keys when your voice is here. But check it out. We got a special guest coming up later. Xavier Williams, 10U quarterback of the Pirates, Park Hill Pirates, storied organization. He's trying to bring it back. Him and his team and coaches and staff and all that, they trying to bring it all back, you know.
Hey, man, listen, these youth sports have been heating up.
Oh, yeah.
They've been heating up,
It's
man.
that time.
Yeah, there's some teams that are getting throttled, and there's some teams that are throttling.
Yeah.
But it's heating up. You know, we're going to leave, you know.
We leave the throttling.
Yeah,
we leave the throttled alone.
Yeah, protect the innocent.
But check it out, though, man. First off, we want to start off, man. RIP to Coolio, somebody everybody knows. Come on and let's take a ride.
Yeah, he didn't think he'd make it past 24, so he got to 60.
Oh yeah.
So he beat them odds, but
hey man, rest in peace to Coolio, man. Condolences to his family. Rest in peace, man. We have a lot of untimely things going out here in our state right now. With a lot of people passing to unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, man.
Guys still passing in gun violence and things like that. So RIP to anybody who's dead and gone.
But Coolio, man, listen, if he made it to 60, that's a long life because, we all kind of been looking at Coolio for like the last 30, 40 years. Like, damn, you still going, huh?
Yeah, he's still going, man.
He's still going, huh?
Still going, wild hair and all.
Yeah, man, his hair died a long time ago, so,
But he still kept them braids, didn't he?
Some parts of him. He was running out of...
Yeah, the patches of hula.
Yeah, he was running out of braid material, but he got the parts that was able to get there. But shout out to him for just being that. Himself, a trendsetter, really pushing the line on what he felt was his him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't worried about us, man. He wanted to go out there with them Tweedly dudes hanging out. Then he went out there with them Tweedly dudes. He wasn't worried nothing about us.
Hey, for sure. Shouts out to my man, Coolio, man. He wasn't one of my favorite rappers, but
no. But everybody know Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah, Gangsta's Paradise. And that that movie, that soundtrack came on. I did like that movie. I can't even remember the name.
It's gonna be one of those every now and then. Just some bad kids.
Yeah.
White lady come in and save them.
Yeah, she get them right.
So shout out to them.
Hey man, we gonna keep it moving. It's sports, man. It's Thursday. It's game point. Hey, tell them what they say about because I messed it all up last week when you wasn't here. So it was something about the mother podcast. I couldn't get it together.
The mother podcast is like ashtrays on a motorcycle, Jack. Useless. Come on in,
what I'm
man.
talking about.
Come on in.
Welcome back, Mr. C.
Come on in.
Man, we're going to start it off and get running right to it, man. We got Brett Favre. You want to talk about Brett Favre? We're going to talk about Brett Favre. The question is, should Brett Favre lose his Hall of Fame jacket or his Hall of Fame credentials?
Well, let's be clear. If found guilty, on these crimes, because right now this is still a civil case, and they're basically saying at this point this is something that is not necessarily going to be under criminal violations, but they're saying civilly, he's got some things to answer for. But is that enough for Brett Favre to lose his Hall of Fame jacket? And that's really the question. Does our personal life impact our professional life on terms of what our accolades and accomplishments were in our professional life? Can we lose those for, transgressions in our personal life?
No, I don't think so, man. And my prime example is just OJ. OJ still is a Hall of Famer and always will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but we let a lot of stuff slide with OJ. It was definitely a different temperature during that time. But now I personally feel like you can't take R. Kelly's music off of Spotify, and you can't take Brett Favre's accomplishments out of the Hall of Fame. We have to be able to look at the character that's driving these accolades, and then take the persona, the person themselves, and deal with that at whatever that needs to be dealt with on. You can't just keep mixing the two. And I think we've done that from time to time, but,
I think that when you're talking about personal and your career path, I think a lot of time, more times than not, that your personal, when you're trying to get into a Hall of Fame, then that's when sometimes your personal things kind of hold you back. Like Terrell Owens, P. Rose, Terrell Owens, and those type of people. Like P. Rose never got in.
He's not officially in. They got him in some up the street, and I think Terrell Owens just said he didn't even want to be in it. I think he took himself out of it, and he reclused himself and said he was going to go to his own high school Hall of Fame or something.
Oh yeah, he didn't go there and do the speech.
Yeah, he's just I'm just going to take myself out of it.
He said I do whatever I want. I'm T.O., man. That's my quarterback.
And T.O.'s still pushing like a 4.3.
Hey, he's still out there trying to get it, man.
T.O. pushing like a 4.4, low 4.4, high 4.3. That's something to be respected.
He's doing better than Charlie Powers or whatever his name is.
But we also got to talk about, though, and I think just in general to lightly discuss this, because it's an ongoing situation, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us have already heard enough of this in the news when it comes to Brett Favre. It's the character of what took place that I think really, and that's when we talk about Hall of Fame, because, is that like, do you put somebody in the Hall of Fame who shows a lack of remorse or just really poor character? Like, do you want your kid to go into the Hall of Fame and be looking at his statue and looking at his accomplishments, and this is just a horrible character? I mean, taking $6 million, $5 million, let's just say you took it from the big bad government.
Yeah. For
no reason. The money's sitting in a pool of funds dedicated to the state that was going to go to, like, let's say, highways or commercial buildings. And you're like, yeah, we diverted that over to this, volleyball stadium. And first off, it's a volleyball stadium. Who gives a shit about a volleyball stadium? Yeah. But let's just say you did. You can say that there were some things about that was in lack of character.
Definitely.
By doing that.
Definitely.
But when you're taking it from, the welfare program and funds allocated to the welfare program for the most disenfranchised people in the most disenfranchised state, that's when you really start questioning somebody's character. And that's like, is that something you want to have in something that's recognizing you as a person, even if it is just what you did on the football field? Because that's really that's low. That's like when you see somebody rob an old person.
Definitely that is low, right? But it's Sports Hall of Fame. It's not Personal Hall of Fame.
But is there anything you can do to not be in the Hall of Fame?
Is there anything you can do to be taken out the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Because there's things that you can do where they won't let you.
But once you get in, is there anything that gets your name scratched off the...
I haven't seen it yet, and I don't think it's going to be. I mean, personally, yeah, there probably are some things.
Like punch a baby or something.
That thing's and worse.
Yeah, I stayed away from the worst.
Hey,
but like that kind of thing, is that something that could just be like, yeah, we can't have that. We can't have this be something celebrated.
Yeah, you should. If it's that bad, you should be taken out.
And I almost feel like, and somebody gonna have to pop in here and let me know, but I almost feel like taking millions of dollars away from the disenfranchised in such a poverty-stricken state is right up there.
Oh, it's definitely up there. I mean, these people, the poorest state in the nation, and then you taking from the poorest people in that state. You're definitely.
I mean, shit, if Reggie Bush can lose his Heisman, everything's up for grabs.
Everything's up.
Because he already got the Heisman. They came back and took it. If Chris Webber
give me this.
Can lose his banners, for the Fab Five and all the games that they won, everything's up for grabs then. That's all I'm saying.
Give me this.
Because, those are very important. Reggie Bush and what a unique talent he was in college, and the Fab Five and how important they were to college.
Yeah.
To not have their banners and to not have his trophies and stuff still sitting up somewhere, then I say I'm putting it out there. If he was found guilty, go ahead and kick him out of the Hall of Fame. Kick him out.
I'm a ride with you on there. But
kick him out.
But I don't see it happening, though.
That's my vote. And if anything, the people who voted him in should get a revote, and they can see if you want to keep him in. And if they revote for all the Heisman candidates or former Heisman winners and all the people in the committee, if they revoted and said, nah, we can't do it, your character's trash, you out.
All right. I'm a ride in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I'm a definitely ride in agreement on that.
So rolling with privilege, we talked about, and we brought it up 2 weeks ago, and we talked about Robert Sarver and his transgressions with, he definitely said some spicy things. And, they put him under suspension for a year, fined him $10 million. And, he is the owner of, the women's WNBA team and the men's NBA team. And, basically he was going to have to go through diversity and inclusion training and keep it pushing. Well, he came back in the next week and was just like, man, I'm going to go ahead and sell the team.
Yeah. What if they applied the pressure?
Do you feel like him selling the team was the best option?
It was coming down to like almost his only option.
Why?
Because he was a third. He was only a third. owner of the team, even though he was the majority managing partner.
Okay.
Then you got sponsors who were willing to leave if he was still around.
Okay.
PayPal and other ones. I think they had $30 million from sponsors that were on the table.
Okay.
And then you got two other owners who don't want to be involved in that either. So I think the pressure, you got players, you got Chris Paul, LeBron James, and them. They all trying to apply the pressure. So I think it was just what he had to do. Like he's losing money right now. This would have been a expensive fight.
I guarantee you, once he sell that team, just like old boy did with the Clippers, they're gonna do it at a profit. He's gonna get all that money back.
Yeah, but he's gonna do it as a profit.
But you're saying the Phoenix organization was losing money, and that's what he's there. Okay, that makes sense, and I get it. If at the end of the day you're going to hurt the sponsorship and the ability for that organization to continue to be profitable, then yeah, you got to go ahead and bust a move. Sure. But I do think, and I mean, not to be like I really, really care for this man or people like him. I just think that we need to have learning opportunities too.
For sure. But I mean, I think that was his only. I think it was his only like play at that point. He's actually became the third owner in 8 years to have to leave because of misconduct. You had the L.A. Clippers owner, and you had the Atlanta Hawks owner who had to move, had to leave because of that.
It sucks being rich because you do not like to answer to a lot of people, and coming down to have to explain yourself. That's the one reason why you get rich is so that you don't have to do a lot of explaining.
Man, rich stay rich.
Man, listen, I want to be non-explaining. I don't want to be that kind of rich. I don't want to explain nothing.
So then let me get to these comments real quick before we get to the next.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in for show though. You know what I'm saying? Thanks everybody for tuning in. But check it out. Kelsis Him said, did we just see what happened to Tua? Dolphins could be facing a lawsuit because they didn't take the right concussion protocol last week. And we just had a little slight discussion. I didn't see it. I don't know if you've seen it.
We did not see it, but I did. So we did get some updates saying that they just took Tua out the game.
Somebody said he's throwing gang signs. Like
no!
Oh no! He looked like he's throwing gang signs when he was on the ground. Dracula Knight says jail or removed from the Hall of Fame is talking about our Brett Favre discussion. Seth says his little brother Brody is like a mini TJ Watt. Pirates team, you Pirates looking good. We're going to get to that a little bit later, Seth. Alden Jones says...
Adrian. All right, we'll see you.
He said 11U Junior Buffs. And my... my eggplant and your mama says, what the F is a scum bucket? And I guess we're talking about Brett Favre, maybe.
It's a person of poor character in class, man. That's what we're gonna call him.
All right, man. We gonna keep it. Let's keep it moving, man. Hey, shouts out to the people, man. Here at the AHRR Network, we like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and you can also call us on the AHRR Network hotline. It's 720-698-6440 because that's what we all about. We want to hear your voice so you can rejoice. So.
And remember, this is where game point, where we keep the game on point.
On point, baby.
You know what it is.
So let's go and move to our next. I did want to talk while we're in the NBA before we get to our next NBA thing. Okay. I didn't know if you've seen the comments, but they asked Kevin Garnett, was he surprised that he'd be traded? And he basically like, nah. He, surprised that he wasn't traded. And he basically was like, nah.
Kevin Durant?
Yeah. He's like, I know who I am. He's like, I know who I am. I know what I mean. He's like, hey, I'm glad that they didn't just trade me for nothing.
No. Let me just tell you this: out of superstars, he's probably one of the worst superstars to have the ability to understand what he is. That's probably, self-awareness is what I'm going for. He's probably one of the worst. And again, it takes nothing away from his game, nothing away from his character, but his self-awareness is horrible. He don't know what he's doing. He got ghost accounts. He don't know his worth. He frustrated. He get beat by a team. He go to that team. You got a character alone to keep you from signing that contract.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't do that. And when he knew for a fact he was getting traded. He knew for a fact. He gonna come back in and tell me, I knew what that was. Yeah, you would have never did it. You'd have never did it because you knew they couldn't trade you for nothing. You just signed a 4-year and you one of the top 5 players in the league. It's the top 3, really, if you want to get technical. Who are they going to be able to get for you? And what would the team you go to, what are they going to have to give up to get you? The team would be worthless. You would go to a nothing team. That team would be empty. They wouldn't even have enough starters to play the game.
And, yeah, we definitely had that discussion before. So
he clearly doesn't know who he is and what he is. But bless his heart.
Hey, all right.
And he walk out the house ashy without a haircut as a millionaire. You can't know who you are walking out the house like that.
My man said he don't care.
He don't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know who you are. He has no self-awareness.
Yeah, all right, man. Well,
no. I mean, I know I'm that good that you're just not going to give me away. So that's one thing I did appreciate about Sean and Joe is like, yeah, you're too great for us to give you away. Just that easy, that simple. So I get that. I know who I am.
Are you surprised?
3 months after you done pulled this shenanigans. You knew in his heart, he knew he wasn't coming back to Brooklyn.
Well, he back.
He back.
He back. So
He ain't going nowhere.
Go ahead and do your thing. And Kyrie's back, so they gonna run it back. You got
Ben Simmons is back.
Hey, we gonna see if he's back.
Hey, the head coach said, "Listen, I don't care if he don't take no shots.
You don't have to take no shots in that team.
No, you need to take some shots.
You don't have to take no shots.
He gonna have to take some shots because at the end of the day, you may not have to take the last shot, but you're gonna take some shots. There's no way, and he can score. It's just I don't know if when he scores is he's like Carmelo, man. He ain't good for the last shot. And any y'all Carmelo fans say different, you lying to yourself.
And shots out, man. We gonna be shots out, man. Before we gonna get to this next thing, and then we gonna bring up, man, my man Xavier Williams and Adrian Williams of the 11U Pirate or 10U Pirates. You know,
okay,
bringing back
excited
that thing.
About that.
They got something excited to show everybody. So we gonna let's get the email, and then let's get to the guests.
Well, I mean, the question poses for Ime Udoka is, was a suspension for a year the right decision?
If that's your company policy, I'll go ahead and say it's the right decision.
Yeah, but okay, so let's just say, let's just say he's over there and they just did a split screen with him and Nia Long. And, okay, you ain't seen no split screen with Vanessa Bryant. When he had discretions or something, you be like, well, it wasn't anybody on the team. Okay, you ain't seen no split screen with Phil Jackson when he was with the owner's daughter.
The Lakers.
The Lakers owner's daughter.
Bus.
Yeah, she wasn't no split screen or suspension for that. So I just think that at the end of the day, something about that, and if you say it's about this temperature or this Me Too stuff, nobody's saying that it was rape. Nobody's saying it was not consensual. They're saying it was consensual. So you're gonna have to walk me through how that's gonna be worth a year after that kind of season, and nobody know the female's name.
Kels him says the woman should have been suspended as well if it's all consensual. At the start.
But what that got to do with what that got to do with y'all?
Are they both suspended?
But what that got to do with y'all?
Whoa.
The Celtics organization.
Well, if you fraternizing within the company.
But that's why I think there's so many details to this that got left open. Why he got to be the only one holding the bag? Because what are y'all saying? Like, nobody know officially who the female is, even though we got an idea.
Raider says he tried to call her bluff and it didn't work. This one go, that one go, or I go. Shaking my damn head, man. Ain't nobody going nowhere. KD tripping. You're getting old and might as well get injured again. Leverage is minimal, and everybody wants to see the side piece. I do want to see her.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody's main piece.
Yeah,
and that's what she's supposed to be the wife. Somebody who's got he caught. What I think is that the wife got caught slipping.
Somebody got caught. I mean,
somebody's text message or email got picked up on.
Hey man, yeah,
but I gotta understand
somebody
that
might got caught in the back office. It could have been anything.
What's old dude?
Say
Fisher.
I'll say a year. If the woman's not suspended, he shouldn't be suspended, and I'll go there.
I mean, but look, you had Derek Fisher and what's his name that drove all the way.
Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes drove across town. This is definitely conflict of interest. When you have coaches, poking players' wives and shit.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're saying it's the VP's wife. It was only Derek Fisher's wife though.
I mean, I'm just saying.
And they
at
weren't
the
on the
end of
same
day-
team. You know, this is like this.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not something that, if you're setting a precedence for something like that, as long as I'm poking somebody's wife who's a player.
But it's not the NFL, it's the team.
Yeah, but
it's not the NBA, it's the team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I guess nobody's locked on nobody's team. He could be your assistant coach next year. He can be your player on your team the following year.
Definitely could be.
And I mean, isn't that in conflict of interest?
We'll see.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like
It's
a year. Come
listen.
on.
So man, we got a special guest here, right? We got Xavier Williams and Coach Adrian Williams.
Yeah, that young man didn't need to hear all that.
Yeah.
Keep your nose clean, man. Stick to the script. You'll be all right, man. You'll never be on one of these blogs, young man.
Man, let me get it all together, man, and we gonna get right to it.
Yeah.
All right, hello. Oh shit.
Hello.
All right. What's up? Go ahead, can you hear me?
There they go, gentlemen. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome, man. Look at that young man. He looks like he's ready to go. Spitting image. Now, is that
Awesome.
is that your only son?
It's my only son. One
Yeah.
of two. I have a daughter who's 3, but this is my only boy.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Pretty
Spitting
good,
image.
man. Thank you guys
Spitting
for having us on. We appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate, first off, we appreciate you being the father that you are.
Thank you.
There's a lot of character in driving these young men through youth sports. How's his grades? No, let's ask him. How's your grades, Adrian?
They're good. They've been good for the past six years.
Hey, you can't be going to school much longer than 6 years.
Since he always counts kindergarten in those
Yes,
years.
he gonna say back, just don't say it was back in the day. That's
All right, man. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Man, you guys, this is for Coach. You guys are a 3-0 team with the Park Hill Pirates, right? 4-0. My bad.
Woo.
Um,
Get it right.
and I gotta get it right. And you guys are the only team with the Park Hill Pirates that are undefeated. You guys are holding it down like the old Park Hill Pirates. What are you doing to ensure that it stays on the up and up?
For me, man, just keeping the kids first. What it's about. That's first and foremost. Just making sure that every day that on top of the practice, outside of the football stuff, making sure that we're preaching the same thing to all the kids as far as being a good person, taking care of business in the classroom, respecting your parents, doing what you're told, do it when you're supposed to do it, not when you're asked. All that is always on the forefront of what we like to teach. And then the football thing comes next. But from that standpoint, it's just coaching the kids, man, taking our time as coaches to make sure that our head is in the books, learning. All of us have some prior experience playing football to some extent, but we don't let that stop there. We all take classes. We all keep our head in the books as well. We learn. We take that part serious because we understand what we teach these kids is what's going to carry them as they move forward. So we just make sure that we stay on top of what we're doing on and off the field, teaching them the right thing to do, and then just letting them take care of business, putting them in a position to be successful.
That's awesome, man. So what do you think is more important, the process or the result?
The process, for sure. I think for us as a team, from when he first started, the last year of Powell, we had a pretty decent team. We went 8-1. We lost in the Super Bowl. But then those next 2 years were really tough. We were really young really on the young end of every division we played in. We played 8U, but had a team full of 7s. COVID happened, and then last year we came back into the 10U division with a team full of 9-year-olds, and we took some whippings. We took our lumps, we took our bumps, but the parents stayed down with us. the kids kept coming back. They stayed hungry. And now that we're finally in our, rightful age, the kids have learned, and it shows. I mean, in every game they come and they show out.
Before we get to Xavier, we recorded one of your games, and from everybody on the sideline that did camera work, they praised your coaching out there. They said that you're a really good coach, man. So I want to give you your kudos for that.
I appreciate that, man.
How long you been coaching?
I started helping out coaching when I was 17. I did it as a way. Well, my father, Jerome Lanier, who a lot of people know him as Coach J. In high school, I wasn't doing everything that I was supposed to do. Just honest, and he looked at me and was like, "Son, we're not going to let you make any mistakes. You're going to come down here and help me at practice." That's kind of where it all kicked off at. So when I was about 17, 18, I'd go down there, help him out with practice, and that's really when I started finding a love for coaching. And then as this one came along, it just kind of took off. So, I mean, total years being a head coach has been about 4 or 5. Total years out there coaching has been over 10, and some excess of helping out, looking after the kids, and just, teaching them to do the right thing.
For sure. And shouts out to Coach Jerome. He was my coach back in the day. He used to come to the park beating. It was either a Benz or a BMW. It was one of the two. But he used to come to the park doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And hardly ever took any losses.
Pops was serious then.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows Coach J.
All right, man. To the man with the plan, Mr. Xavier, how you doing today?
Good.
All right, man. You want to start it off, C-Ball?
So tell me, how long have you been playing football?
How long I've been playing football has been since I was 5. So it's been 5. So it's been 5 years that I've been playing football.
Okay. Now, is there any other sport that has your attention as well?
No.
It's all or nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Keep baseball in mind.
Man, tell them again.
Solid contracts out there, man. And it's a smart man sport, man. You could play it forever. But I appreciate that. So in football, have you always played the same position? And if so, what makes you want to play the position you're currently in? Why don't you explain that to us? What position do you play, and what made you want to be in that position?
The position I play is quarterback, and the reason I play quarterback is because it's a position that I've liked since I was 5, and work that I've put in has helped me get to where I am right now.
I got a quick question for you. I put out not even a question. I'm gonna give you some more props too also. So I put out a question out here on Facebook and said, who are some of the best quarterbacks in the state? And your name came up several times. So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good. Seeing that people think that I'm the best quarterback in the state.
Well, as a quarterback, who are some of your idols that you follow or you would consider you image your game after?
One person I like is Tom Brady, which I like to play my game as, because I don't run a lot. I'm a person that'll stay in the pocket and throw.
Mm-hmm. You picked a great quarterback to take supporters from.
The question we ask every young athlete on here: what does it mean to you to be a student athlete?
What it means for me to be a student athlete, school comes first before anything. And then when I get on the field, I do whatever I could do best, and I do what I can do for the team.
For sure.
That's awesome. So this is my question to you, and this is going to be tough because I know you see yourself playing football all the way up to the pros. If you couldn't play football, what would you do?
I would try a different sport, but if I couldn't do that, I would be a doctor or something that or really the next thing I would want to do is be a doctor.
Hey, great
That's awesome, man. Hey, listen, there's what was his name? Roll. He was actually a DB for in the league, and he ended up being a surgeon when he left the league, and it wasn't because he was injured. He felt he had more impact as a surgeon, and that's what he did. So, that's good to hear that you can still see your success outside of football, but we're glad that you've invested in football, and from what it sounds like and with the feedback we're getting, you're doing a heck of a job, young man.
Thank you.
Hey, congratulations to you both. But I know before we get up out of here, y'all got a special surprise to show the world, to show the league what they gonna see next week. What we got going on?
Are you ready? You got ready before they kill it?
All I got is my picture, man.
We'll see if we can.
That's all I got is my picture, but let me get it up for you so I can show you guys. I think your mom's here. Huh? All right, so for us, this is what we're going to be coming out in. I hope there's not too big of a glare.
Oh, I can see it. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Now, is that orange or red?
That's red.
That's red. Pirate red.
Pirate red.
Hey,
Pirate red.
Hey, we're excited, and thanks for coming on the show. And tune in next week. Good. But hey, we back at it.
We back at it. Great timing.
We back at it, man. Let's just run through it.
Let's go take a quick break, man. We'll come back. Yeah, we'll take a break, come back. We appreciate you all staying with us. We're trying to get some updates on the game real quick. So if y'all doing anything for us, send us some of those updates on the game so we can know what's going on. We're going to take a quick recess, and we'll be right back for you guys. Remember, this is where at Game Point, we keep the game on point, because all those other podcasts out there are like ashtrays on a motorcycle, and we know what that is.
Useless.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Because, growing up as a black dude, I think I've only seen my dad cry once.
I don't think I've ever seen my dad cry.
I've never
seen my dad cry.
Yeah, no.
Never.
I think I've only seen him cry once, and that was like at one of his lowest points, and it was, dang, it's funny. That's not what we done.
Have y'all seen y'all dad cry?
Yes. That's why I'm like, no. Dang, cry like that?
We finna get this out like that.
Shirley Chisholm is the first Black woman elected to Congress in 1968 and the first woman and African American to seek nomination for the President of the United States from the Democratic Party in 1972.
Check it out, man. Second half of Game Point Sports. Man, I'm M. Goodnight.
It's your boy, Sibo.
Man, hey, we back, man. We gonna keep it moving real quick. Shouts out to the game. Give us your update on Tua real quick.
Yeah, well, from what it looks like he left the game and he had head and neck injuries. But we're so late. I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching this has been watching the game, so they got all the highlights. We're catching up late, but from what I've seen, Tua's down. They've taken him to the hospital, so he's left the stadium and he's on his way to the hospital. And I will say that there's something about that where if he wasn't put in concussion protocol and then he hurts his head, he has some severe neck or head injury. I don't know. That's something to look at because, Miami has shown the propensity to do anything to win. We've seen it. We've seen them throw games that was cleared. They've had owners fined. So, Miami does. They are getting.
Oh, they could be in some serious trouble.
They've shown that they're they're willing to go the extra mile to win, and even if it's not necessarily the right thing to do.
And hit us live on the hotline on the AHRR Network 720-698-6440. The hotline, you see the R hotline. R hotline.
It's in the morning.
Hey, and shouts out to the Power One for being our sponsors. I kind of slipped, but I'm back. I'm back.
Come on, Power One.
I got her real quick. Let me give y'all our sports history today in 1941.
Black history.
Joe Louis beats Lou Nova in 6 rounds to retain his heavyweight boxing title, and I believe that was like his 19th defense. Look at that knockout, man.
Boy, I tell you what, man. He was back then. There was some heavy-handed people, man. The working class stiff was not just, you or I taking office jobs.
Yeah.
These working class stiffs was heavy handed. So when you was a boxer during that era, when this was the industrial era of our country, everybody had a hard job. So when you seen these guys out here fighting, they was fighting tough guys, tough men.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So shout out to
them. So, shout out to Joe Louis, man. He was one of the greatest to do it. And he did it back in the time, when I guess they say blacks wasn't supposed to do it. My man, 85 Toyota SR5 says Bridgewater's in for the Dolphins, and Tua stiffened up his hands and fingers. He spazzed out. He was over there. He gave one of when somebody does that.
Something ain't right.
You hurt.
Yeah, man. His wires they touching somewhere, and that ain't good. Yeah,
and we gonna get let's touch on Aaron Judge because we be on that. We on that just a little. Hey, he tied Roger Maris's record finally. I believe it was last night at 61. He's probably gonna break it soon if they pitch it to him. That's something you always brought up that you kept bringing up. They might just pitch around him. And they starting to pitch around him and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen it coming because again, obviously it's good for baseball. It's good for the Yankees, but there's a pitcher out there trying to get his contract together. Last thing you need to be in the highlight for the rest of your life. The rest of your life, be the guy that threw that dinger. So, I can't say that he's not going to get some walks. They definitely going to try to pitch around him. But if he gets one in the air, man, the 62, I personally feel 62 holds a lot more than 61. But I can appreciate he at least tied Roger Maris' record because that's been in place since 1961.
1961. It was 61. 61 and 61. It could be broken in 2022.
But it ain't that 72 from Barry Bonds,
No,
though.
It ain't the
74,
real.
right?
It ain't the real one.
Not that say you know about 74, right?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
That's a number. If you ever see M Night out there, man, ask him about it, man. It's a special number for him.
Hey, I ain't got nothing for it, man. That was my daddy's number.
There it is. But ask him about that.
All right, man. Who's the best division in the NFL right now?
Woo!
Hey, you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah, what's the best division?
All right, man. So I'll go. I'm gonna go out of 3 divisions. You got the NFC East. You got 3. You got 1 3-win team and 2 2-win teams.
Okay.
In the NFC North, you have 3 teams with 2 wins. In the AFC North, you have 2 teams with 2 wins, and the Bengals could easily have 2 wins.
Yeah, AFC right now is not getting it done. They already have 2 divisions, or they still currently have 2 divisions where they have a team that hasn't even won a game yet. So you got the AFC West and you got the AFC South where you got a team that ain't got a dub in there. So they're tearing it up. The NFC right now is looking Like,
but I'm gonna go.
the
I'm
East.
gonna take the. I'm gonna take the North.
The what?
NFC North.
NFC East, man. What are you saying? There's only one, right? As it stands, there might only be one undefeated team in a division right now.
Hey, that doesn't. Just one team doesn't.
I mean, but then you still
You
got
have an 0-win team in your division.
no, definitely not. Everybody got a dub in our.
Who did Washington beat?
They won the first week. It don't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter.
All right,
but we
all
got
right.
2 2-1s, and we got one that's 3-0. There ain't no division that's topping that.
In the North, you got 3 teams that's 2-1.
Yeah, but that don't look like a 3-0. It don't look like a 3-0.
Hey, the East is tough though, and your Eagles do have a healthy, tough game this week.
Yeah, we definitely got a tough game. We'll get into that when we get into our pick 'em fives. But man, looky here, man. That Jacksonville done finally came.
Trevor Lawrence looking like that
guy. Yeah, because they got our old coach. Yeah, Doug Pedersen. It's not Peterson. It's Pedersen. If
you wasn't caring about him these last few years.
I mean, I was. We didn't need to get rid of him. You don't get rid of the quarterback and the coach. That's not how it goes historically.
You guys are in a better situation without him.
But what I'm saying is you don't get rid of the coach and the quarterback. Historically, you get rid of one or the other.
Well, you got rid of both.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a brand new start. You know
who we didn't get rid of is Howie, and that's our direct. He's our guy when it comes to making all the player acquisitions and trades, and he's doing and has been doing a phenomenal job. He put together our Super Bowl team back in 2017, and it looks like he's on track right now. I get it; it's only 3 games into the season, but they look good, don't they?
Good reason to be excited.
They look good.
3-0. You posed a question, right?
Yeah, man.
Running back by committee, is that the new thing?
Do you need a
bell cow?
A bell cow?
No, it's been like that for a while though.
Would you say that? Because I mean, Jonathan Taylor was that guy last year.
You're always gonna have like exceptions to that rule. So you have a Jonathan Taylor, you have a Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, but the reason why I say that is because look what we're seeing. Like where you see these injuries that change the whole direction of a team. You know what I'm saying? That's something for us I think that's something that teams need to start looking at, is that if you really have intentions to really go to the next level in this, get the idea of having, just that one workhorse may not be the look anymore, especially when we're in this RPO.
I'm definitely in agreement. There's really, the NFL has kind of been trending that way for a while though.
Yeah.
You do have a couple standouts, every year who are that bell cow, but they usually don't last that long.
And that's the problem, is that when you have, let's say like the Browns and how they've been able to use the 2 running backs that they had, like either one of those 2 guys between Hunt and what's his name?
Chug.
And Chug, they could have been the star guy for any team, individually.
They both were star guys before Kareem made that mistake and he went to Cleveland.
He had that spin kick.
Yeah, he was doing his thing out there.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of that, I just think that it's in the best interest of your team that you don't lose that much momentum when one of your big guys in that fall.
Definitely, I think that's. Wave of the future is definitely going to be always trending that way from this point on, I believe. What's next? What we on next?
We on our pick 'em 5, man. We rocking and rolling.
Okay, pick 5. We're in with the Jags Eagles game.
That's fair.
So let's go with the Chiefs Bucks. Who you got?
I gotta believe right now, it's the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs also, and I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Yeah, I hate to bet against Tom Brady, because that's the only time you're gonna really. Not the only time, but that's really when you want to give away some money, is bet against Tom Brady. But I really do think that the Chiefs, they still have the components necessary to be successful. Obviously you can see the spirit of Mahomes and his competitive spirit, just in his conflict of interest that he had with the
Did
coach.
he want the smoke with the enemy? Did he want that smoke?
He lightweight wanted the smoke. He didn't want all the smoke.
He don't want that smoke.
He didn't want all the smoke.
He knew he's in front of people and somebody's gonna pull B-enemy.
I mean, he wanted the light skin smoke.
But that's the reason why B-enemy is not a coach. Because he wants to smoke all the time.
But I think he handled himself well. I think he just let him know, like, this ain't what you want, little fella. This ain't what you want.
But look, I'm just gonna go with Tom Brady and him, man. He's broken too many tablets to this point to lose another game.
You said too many tablets?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is the Bills and the Ravens. Who you got?
Ooh, Lamar's balling right now. This might be the battle of the MVPs. Oh, but Jalen Hurts is in there also. I'm gonna go with
the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills though.
That's a heck of a game. And I will say that this is two teams where you have a lot of the activity going through the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, so if they both stay healthy, this is the problem. And this is why I'm going to go with the Ravens, is that the Bills are 0-7 in their last game that was within 7 points. They're having an issue with being able to win close games.
Okay.
Blowouts, the Bills do well, and I don't think that they can blow the Ravens out, or they will blow the Ravens out this weekend. But I think if it's a close game, it's going to be Baltimore. And obviously the only way that it would be the Bills for me is if they blow Baltimore out, and I just don't see that.
I mean, and Lamar Jackson's on pace. I believe he's the only player that have 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. He's done some things.
Look, I'm the first to admit it. Hurts is a baby Lamar. Like I want Hurts at some point to get to where Jackson is right now.
Hey,
he's
stepping up and he's throwing the ball now. They say he couldn't do it. Now he's doing it.
Yeah, so
shouts out to that young man.
I tip my hat to Lamar.
To be one of the guys that say, hey man, his mom said he's not playing any other position. He's playing quarterback. So shouts out to Lamar Jackson and his mom for holding it down from way back in the Louisville days when they tried to change him. He said, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, but don't get hurt. Like, slide. Go out of bounds.
He's going to have to learn art.
Don't get hurt.
He's going to have to learn that art.
Tell you now, you betting on yourself this year. Don't get hurt.
You definitely are. Hey,
don't get hurt.
Step out, man. Get up out of there. What you got? What we got next?
We got the Niners and the Rams.
Oh, Niners and Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback who had no really off-season with the team. He's just now getting really acclimated. When they were practicing, he was on a whole nother field doing things by himself. Just got healthy recently. I just don't think they're going to be in tune right now. And I just think the Rams, it's time for them to turn it up.
Yeah, I would say right now, I'm going to go with the upset. Let's go Niners. That's for you, Robbie the Rocket. Don't say I ain't never did nothing. I'm going to go with the Niners on this one. I think, if they're able to find Donaldson consistently enough and get the right double teams on him, Garoppolo ain't there to do anything but get rid of the ball, man. I think as long as they let the offense move, I think you might see some. I think they could be. So if that's my upset pick right now, upset alert. Upset alert. I got the Niners over the Rams. Let's go.
All right, what's our next one what's the next one?
Bengals Dolphins.
Bengals Dolphins as of right now. Last time I seen it was 14-12. My early pick was Cincy. I just think Cincy's still the better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with you on the Bengals as well too on this one. And it takes nothing away from the injury from Tua. First off, I want us to be the only undefeated team going through Sunday. And I hope Tua is back and healthy, and this is really just all protocol for him. But I just think, the Bengals have way too many weapons, and I just think they overthought a lot of things the first couple of games. But I definitely think the Bengals is going to be, if they're able to settle down, they're still going to be a force in the AFC North.
I'm with it too, man. It's 15-14 Dolphins right now, though. So
watch out for Jamar Chase.
Right on for the update. So last game, this is it. The Jets and Eagles. The Jags and Eagles. Who you got? I know who you got. So let me go ahead and say Trevor Lawrence is going to take you guys from the realm of undefeated. I
Mm.
think this guy has found what's going on. He's clicking, he's ticking, and he's gonna do what Trevor Lawrence came to do, and that's win games in Jacksonville and make Jacksonville relevant again. So,
Duval.
hey,
Right? Wrong. This is what I'm gonna say about that is that first off, on the offensive side of the ball, I think the Eagles have a lot of weapons and healthy weapons. We have no issues right now. Dallas is ready to go. Devonta's ready to go. AJ's ready to go. Hurts is ready to go. So, we have, again, now I went from top 5 when we first started at the beginning of the season, top 3 offensive lines in the game, right? So when you put all that together, just on the offensive side of the ball, we're going to move the ball. I just think that what Jacksonville hasn't seen yet is our defensive front line. Buckle up, because I think that you're going to have a lot of pressure that he hasn't experienced yet over the last few games, and that they quote unquote been on a streak. But I take nothing away from that team. Robinson is a heck of a back. Kurt is a heck of a receiver, and I do think that the pretty boy has finally started to get some consistency on his ball and confidence in staying in the pocket. But you don't want this smoke.
Hey,
y'all don't want this smoke.
Somebody says the dog. Hey, I'm gonna go with the upset. That's my upset alert. The Jags over the Eagles, but I mean, Eagles are a good team. I'm really impressed with the Eagles.
Are they the best team in the league right now?
Right now, they are the best team in the league right now. I will give them that. But
I'm
looking for the upset. And hey,
right.
Tua, I hope you get well. Hey, people on the streets out here doing all this shooting, man. Chill on out, man. We got a lot to live for. Shouts out to my man Adrian Williams. Shouts out to Xavier Williams.
Let's put that over here. Pick up the glove, man. Listen, if y'all got a real problem with somebody, pick up the gloves. If not, y'all gonna get to be our age if you're lucky, and you're gonna see that. And we just had a conversation about that earlier, man. A lot of stuff that we was willing to die for wasn't even around no more. Like, it's like your favorite pair of shoes ain't your favorite pair of shoes some years down the line. You might have an outfit that look corny after a couple seasons, man. Think about that and what you're doing in your life decisions. Some of y'all are being held to decisions you made at 13, 14, 15 years old and still basing grown-up decisions off of that, like who you associate with, what you claim, and it may not even be necessarily a group or a gang. It could just be where you're from. That is a small piece of what you got to see in this world. You claiming parts of a city instead of claiming your spot in this world. You don't know where you end up, man. You could be somewhere in Paris 20 years from now, man. Like, I remember there was a time when I used to fight for a corner on a street I could barely remember. So, y'all, I hope you all have, and again, not just you as an adults, but your kids. If you're watching this, please take some time and really understand that, y'all major, man, and y'all getting caught up in local things, man. Don't get caught up in local stuff when you international.
Hey,
that's my only piece on.
I'm gonna go out on that. I'm gonna go out with that one, man. This is Game Point Sports, man. Here at the AHRR Network, where we'd like you to like, share, comment, repeat, retweet, and do it all again. And check out the new hotline, 720-698-6440. And check it out, man. Let's get us up out of here, C-Bo.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. And make sure you guys take into consideration, man, all those other podcasts, man, they like ashtrays on a motorcycle. What's that mean? They're useless.
But shouts out to the next podcast coming up, the F Effect. They not. So they are definitely useful. So shouts out to the F Effect. Shouts out to my man Robbie the Rocket, who came on before us. It's a Sports Thursday here at the AHRR Network. We turned up and turned out. Peace.